logs off late from a long day's call, solving problems, juggling it all. When the day is done and the sun goes down, she trades a job for the open ground. There's hay to haul and stalls to clean, a muddy path where her soul feels seen. It's not just chores, it's something more. It's the dream she's always been working for. From suits to boots, from desk to dirt, she's proven what a dream is worth. You don't need fame, you don't need praise, just a will to give and a heart that stays. She's got spreadsheets open by morning light, with horses waiting come early night. She's not chasing gold or spotlight gleam, she's just living out her kind of dream. Long days, sore hands, and early starts, but the work she does with heart. 'Cause when you earn it with your time and sweat, you never live with the one regret. So don't you wait for the perfect day. Find your fire and lead the way. You can thrive in both your worlds, wearing strength like a strand of pearls. From suits to boots, from desk to dirt, she's showing what her life is worth. Follow your heart and don't let go. You've got more fire than you know. Work hard, stay true, and see it through. Your double life might be the real you.
Well, hey, Pearl friends. Happy Tuesday. Happy Timeout Tuesday, the very first of 2026. I am so excited to hang out with y'all tonight. I am sitting in my office, wrapped up a work day, wrapped up chores outside, and just like taking a breath and going, okay, we made it to Timeout Tuesday. It's crazy to think that Timeout Tuesday actually started 6 years ago. Isn't that crazy? It's 2026, and I'm just so excited that y'all continue to put up with me. So we're not in a bakery like Lester was at 5 a.m. this morning. In fact, I am wondering if his eyes are even still open after the long day that he's had today. But we're going to have ourselves a cocktail tonight that is a little bit different than normal. Someone sent this to me. This, friends, and my light is jacking with me here. This is called whip shots. It sounds like punishment, but I was told that if you drink it with a Diet Cola, it tastes like a Coke float. We're going to give it a whirl, okay? So, all right. So I'm going Pepsi Zero because that's the Diet Cola that I have in the house tonight. I'm going to pour that out. Now, let's read about this a little bit, okay? Lester did not bring home the cake. He got a message saying that someone came in and bought it today. I had every intention of going up there to buy the cake around lunchtime because he was supposed to be busy the whole day today. He decides that he was coming home to do some work here. And as he strolls in the door, he's like, somebody bought the cake. I'm like, oh, Okay. So somebody bought the cake. I don't know who that somebody is, but his cake was sold before lunch today. Okay. So this is vodka infused whipped cream. This is the vanilla flavor. They sent me a peppermint one too, but that doesn't sound good with cola. Coffee, maybe. 10% alcohol per volume, ultra premium vodka with natural and artificial flavors and caramel coloring. This is not on my diet in any way. It's non-dairy and you don't need to refrigerate it. Does contain alcohol, and you can read about it more at whipshots.com. I am not sponsored by this. Someone sent it and said, Jamie, you should try it. Tabs, happy birthday. Tabs Covey, happy 41st birthday. Thank you so much. Why are you sending me things for your birthday? That's crazy. And then I don't know who this other person is. Miss Beth. Thank you so very much. You didn't have to do that. Okay. Let's shake it, I think. I don't really know. We might be ruining we're going to see what it's like, okay? Oh, it's just like whipped cream. Like literally, it's the perfect whipped cream. Okay. Okay. I have a straw. We're going to give that a little stir. It looks good. I'm not kidding. Dawn says, here we go. Whip shot, bang. You're naughty, Dawn. Okay, you ready? Oh. It tastes exactly like a Coke float. Way less calories and a little more fun, I think. Oh my God. You don't taste the vodka at all. That's terrifying, actually. But delicious. I'm not kidding. It's really good. Oh, cheers, y'all. I got so excited I forgot to cheers you. Cheers to Timeout Tuesday. Wow. Oh, that is terrific. I'm not sad about that at all. I wonder if you go on the website, if you can find out how many carbs are in that, because if it's gluten-free, that's an excellent, not that I'm trying to promote you to drink on your diet, but that is an excellent substitute to a large amount of calories in ice cream. It would probably be great in Dr. Pepper. I'll have to get Lester to try it because he's going to like it a lot. That's scary. Probably not tonight. He's probably already asleep. I think, maybe. I don't know. He had a very long day. I did not buy it at a liquor store. It is called Whip Shots. The light is really jacking with me here. Like a lot. That Whip Shots vanilla. It's good. Like worth it. A lot. Whip It Luxe with an effortlessly smooth blend of vanilla and ultra premium vodka. I forgot to read the directions over here. Say slap it, shake it, and whip it. That's what it says right there. My light is really screwing me in all the things I'm trying to share, but yes, it's good. Try just the whipped cream. I'm not going to spray it in my mouth. Somebody will screenshot that and I won't live it down, but I will put it on my finger. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's better in that, but it's pretty good. Happy Tuesday. I hope that 2026 is treating you well and that your first day back to work, if you took off over the holidays, was kind to you, and that your second day wasn't as bad as it could have been, because the second day is always a little bit worse than the first day. Yeah, perfect for hot chocolate, perfect for coffee. I'm not kidding. That is really delicious and dangerous all in one. Oh, y'all are terrible. Valerie just goes, I could see that happening with some chaps. No. I'm getting all sidetracked in squirrel moment here. Lester did try on his chaps yesterday, and can I just tell you, I was not prepared for how good that they were going to look at all. Like, even with things underneath it, I was like, dang, that makes you look like a real cowboy. I was like, don't show anyone that. And then he used it as his thumbnail picture. And then I'm just going to confess everything because it's Timeout Tuesday, and why not? I also tried on said chaps. And do you want to know what made me so mad? That my thighs don't fit in the chaps. Not the way that Lester's perfect legs fit in the chaps. They're not made for thick thighs at all. Like at all. They're not made for women like that with no. So, that's not, no, that's not going to happen over here. But it will happen for said tattoo. Now, we have not discussed the size of said tattoo. I was thinking, like, this is a good circle. This is my cuticle cream. This light is jacking with me tonight, like a lot. This is my cuticle cream container, but this is a pretty good circle. It's probably about 2.5 inches, right? That's a good little circle size. Jenny and Chris are like, thick thighs save lives, Jamie. Just own it. It's not like it's a secret. It's not like I wear baggy clothes and no one knows. Y'all see me in dresses. Y'all see me in leggings. Y'all see me in jeans. Like, I am who I am at this point in time. Okay. I am trying to lose weight. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to do all things, but I also realize that high school Jamie was a young lady and not a woman, and that there are certain things in my world that I am willing to sacrifice to do and to be healthier and all those things, but I am never going to be in a single digit size. I'm just not. And you know what? I'm always going to have a bigger behind and bigger legs because that's the way I'm built. And dang it, this is the way I was made, and I'm just going to own it. That's it. So no chaps for me then. It'll be fine. Totally fine. Even when I was a size 0 in high school, I still had a booty and I still had thicker thighs. It is what it is. I look at it this way, like, I am a pretty happy person and a positive person, and I find a lot of balance in when I set out to achieve goals. I don't want to push myself into something where I'm just miserable to be around and can't enjoy life at all. I'm 43 years old. This is what you get. So here we are. It's going to be fine. It's going to be totally fine. Anyway, that is so good. So if you watched Lester this morning, he was a baker at our local little store. I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. It's coming. As soon as I look back here, it's going to happen. So he was a baker at our local store. Our local store is really super cool and has some of the neatest products. And he's going to do a few more in his series about different jobs and different things at the store. And I really am proud of him for stepping out of his comfort zone. Now, new people and new things, those are his comfort zone. But in those particular circumstances, he's never done those exact roles before. So he is truly at the mercy of tell me what to do here. And he's handling it really well. And he made a cake, and it was a really cute cake. And I told y'all that he's good at little drawings and things like that. I did giggle though, because he got the shakes and you could see the squiggles in his icing during those times. And I'm not making fun of him. He joked about it with me. And I just said, that's just what made it even sweeter, was that it was just exactly as you made it, and they put it on the shelf. So I think it was really neat. And I imagine, like I said, that he's probably sleeping a little bit of that off right now, which is totally fine. No, Bridget, he should not have gotten me the cake because I would have eaten said cake. I don't need a cake. I'm just coming out of the holiday eating series where I'm actually like I'm hungry, but I don't want any. I am over the whole graze all day, eating junk food thing. My body is craving real meals and fruit. And I know Lester talked about this a little bit the other day. We're both on a cashew kick. I've always loved cashews. But lately that is the salt I crave is cashews. I don't know. So I'm kind of just I'm over it was fun over the holidays to try all those things, but now I'm ready to I don't want to say buckle down, but I'm ready to get back to a normal routine. I'm ready to I I want to fit in my clothes. I want to go back to just a routine of trying to be better, basically. Karen craves salt too. Wendy, I won't get cashew poisoning. I'm only eating them once or twice a week, and it's just a handful, but I do love them. I tried last year. I failed. I want to grow a cashew tree really bad. I want to grow a cashew tree. But it has to be where animals don't go. So it'll have to be on the actual ridge, something along those lines. So I'm thinking through that, and then also thinking through the longevity of how long does it actually take to get cashews off of it, and should I just put it at the JL, and where would I put it at the JL, and all of those things. I see people talking about what they crave, so I'm going to ask the question: do you crave sweets or salt, savory foods, or do you crave both? I typically, if I could only pick one, I crave sweet. But I would actually prefer both because I would to just go ahead and have a balance because they're sweet and salty together. Any trail mix, I'm totally down. I see a lot of both. Sweet. Okay, so now if you could only have one, is it salty or is it sweet? That's my next question. Because if I was in front of me, if it was would you like to have cheese and crackers, or would you like to have something with icing on it? I will choose the icing every time. However, I would also like to have that cracker and that icing, if I'm being real. Somebody just ate half the box of chocolate-covered pretzels. Yeah, I can't buy those because I'll eat them all, especially if it's white chocolate. And some grocery stores will say yogurt-covered pretzels. Is it really yogurt or is it white chocolate? Because it sure does taste exactly like white chocolate. I don't know. Yogurt, to me, always tastes dynamically different when it's either frozen or allegedly on peanuts or raisins or pretzels, because it sure tastes just like white chocolate to me. Somebody has chocolate covered potato chips. Okay, we have to make those now. We have to make them. I'm not making them tonight, but one day we will make those together. TJ Croft says, I'm a junk food junkie. I can be too, but I've gotten better at I'm trying really hard now to eat during the window and to not do this whole I'll just have a few cashews in the morning after I've had my coffee, and then I'll have a little bit here at noon, and then 2:00 I'm gonna eat my big meal, and then when Lester eats at night I'll have a snack then too. No, I'm trying to condense it all into 4 hours a day. Eat something that fills me up with lots of protein in it, and also with plenty of fiber. I'm on a big fiber kick. Have you heard about all of these women's eating beans for breakfast and ensuring that they add beans to their diet every single day? Because people that are doing this are saying that it is life altering, and that their brain fog is going away, and that it's changing all of their hormones, and it's most of it is the fiber. like the big reason behind it is the fiber, but there's protein in beans, and they're creating like bean salads. They're eating beans just hot. They're doing like so much. And it's not all they're eating. They're just making sure that they eat beans every single day. I didn't say I was going to try it. I just am saying that like it's a huge deal right now, and it's particularly in the menopause age range where people are eating beans. And I mean black beans, I mean pinto beans, butter beans, navy beans, like beans. Like Lester would be so down if I went on a bean diet where I ate beans every single day. He loves beans. However, I don't think I love beans that much. I like baked beans, but they're full of brown sugar. Duh. I do like pinto beans, especially the ones that I use Lester's recipe that I enhanced a little bit. I could probably do it like as black beans in a salad, that type of thing, but I couldn't do it just beans. So I don't know. But now that I said it, it's probably going to start coming up on your feed where people talking about the bean diet. Just telling you that that's out there. Anyway, there's a lot of people who eat beans as part of their diet anyway, quite often. But I don't know. I do think that there is something to upping fiber though, because the more I've read about fiber, jelly beans do not count, Melissa. That is a Jamie Walker question. I would say the same thing. I'm like, I'm good, especially around Easter time. I can put beans in my diet pretty much from Valentine's Day all the way until I usually have all the ones on clearance gone by Memorial Day, but they're jelly beans. I do love baked beans. Loved baked beans. But the beans thing and the fiber is really important. So did you know that the way that we have transformed rice, we're actually removing the fibrous outside of it? So like what we're eating is all starch, and rice actually has a very fibrous pod around it. And that if we would eat it the way it comes out, like we would be so much more fulfilled from a nutritional standpoint because of the fiber in it. There's so many things that I've been reading about fiber because it is critical to our nutrition. And the reason I started reading about it is actually because of the horse's diet. I'm trying really hard to learn as much as I can about equine nutrition. And I've learned a lot so far, but there's so much more. And then when I start to read about things that make sense in a horse's gut, because a horse's gut controls like the way their hooves grow. It controls, of course, their insulin levels, their sugar, all of those things. I start then to like lean into, well, what about for humans? What does this mean for humans? And that's where I've gone down this path of fiber and how much fiber we actually have removed from our diet, but especially by making things low fat and all of that. It's quite interesting if you go down a fiber space, especially natural fiber, not genetically modified or artificial things. It's pretty crazy. So our gut is so important to everything. Everybody's gut is. Our gut is where it controls so much of us. And I actually I'm a firm believer in this, but I don't practice what I preach too well. I mean, I'm sitting here drinking Pepsi Zero and alcoholic whipped cream, and I'm sitting here going, but if I would put all the right things in my gut, it would make me feel so much better. It would. Yet, here I am. But I do think I think it affects my mental health. I feel like I am more clear whenever I'm eating within moderation and not just like number one, stress eating. I'm a stress eater through and through. And it's not in a good, like, I don't seek good things when I'm stress eating. No, I seek crap that's like readily available that I can shove down my mouth and move on to the next thing. And it doesn't solve whatever I was stressed about in the first place, but it gives you an instant like high of basically carbs and sugar in my world. And it doesn't make me process anything better. Instead, it actually makes me feel worse. So I'm going to work on that. I don't know how we got down this path of Tuesdays don't count. Kathy, I love you. This is a perfect scenario. I don't know who Brandy is, but she says she bought the cake. Brandy must live pretty local then. Oh, I have read a lot about oregano oil. If you haven't read about oregano oil, it is supposedly one of the biggest immune boosters. Now, I grow oregano. I don't know how to make oregano oil, but I'm looking into it as well. There's a lot of you that are cutting out soda. I'm not big on like New Year's resolutions or like have to big changes at the beginning of January 1st just because that's the reset date for all of us or anything like that. But I do feel a natural like, okay, it's time to buckle down. And I feel that in more ways than just like what I'm eating. I told Lester this today. I can't start work or a project until the area is clean around it. And because I've been back and forth to Illinois so much, and because it was Christmas and all, and these are my own excuses, I realize that my office is discombobulated. My closet is not pretty right now. My pantry also really kind of in shambles because I haven't taken the time to like sort through it. And things just keep getting shoved in it. And the greenhouse also very discombobulated. So I know in my mind that my body is like, and my mind is saying like, reset it, pull everything out and start fresh. I did it with my office last year around this time. My office doesn't need to have everything pulled out, but I did sort of like the thing. I always like toss all the Christmas presents I buy in this office. And then the things that people have sent for Kinley got tossed in this office. And I forgot, and they were underneath some Christmas gifts and other things. So today I pulled everything out that didn't have its own place at that point and started to work on the office. Probably tomorrow or the next day, I'll do the pantry. And then this weekend, I want to do the greenhouse and all weather permitting. But in my mind, I'm ready for the sort, purge if I need to, and just like pull it together, basically. Did I put the door in the chicken hut and the inside? I don't know what that means. There's a door on the chicken coop. Anyway, the refrigerator's cleaned out already. I did that before I left for Illinois this last time, but I just feel like it's time to I feel like it's time for me to just like get a grip. I'm home for several weeks now before I make my next trip up to Illinois, and I'm ready to give it a reset. And I'm weird and I really love to watch other people organize and see how they do things. So, I don't know. Would it be boring to is it boring to organize my pantry? I don't know. That may happen. But it's time to reset for me, and that just means on so many different levels. I don't have time to go to a gym. We live 30 minutes from any gym. I don't have 30 minutes to drive there, an hour to work out, 30 minutes to come home and then shower and all those. Like, I don't have any of that. But I do have plenty of projects around the house that I can walk instead of ride the side by side. And I have plenty to do that I can physically up my motion, basically. And that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, y'all are convincing me I should try the beans for a week. Maybe I'll do beans for a week. Maybe. We'll see. Jennifer says, come organize my house. You know who the best organizer is in my life? It's Kendra. And I would fly her and Kinley down here in a heartbeat if she could organize all of my stuff and I could sit here and stare at a baby. But life doesn't work that way right now. Kendra is about to go back to work. And that means Kinley is about to start daycare. And I'm kind of freaking out about it. She's my granddaughter. and I'm freaking out about it. I can't imagine what Kendra feels like and Xander feel like as far as like this big change that's looming over them. So somebody says, Jamie, be where your feet are. I'm trying to be where my feet are, I promise you. But yeah, there's a lot going on up north, actually. Yesterday, they dug Xander and Kendra's basement, and they were able to save as much dirt as they could for the backfill. And it's kind of funny because it's very small townish. The farmer down the road took as much dirt as he could. So we saved money by not having to haul that dirt and pay for it to be dumped somewhere. So we kept as much as we could in the yard. Then the farmer down the street came over and said, I would love some dirt. Then the city that they live in said, absolutely, here's a washout place. We would love to have some dirt. And it became like this. The neighbor wanted a load, like all kinds of crazy stuff. So it became like really cool. And of course, very small townish of like, hey, there's dirt happening. If anybody wants any dirt, we'll get it to you. So basement got dug, footings got poured this morning, and you're never going to believe this. The walls got poured this afternoon. Crazy timeline to be able to get that done. And unfortunately, they're expecting rain on Thursday. And depending upon how much rain comes, the floor for the basement could get poured Friday or next Monday. Either way, that's super amazing. What's going to be really awesome is we elected to put to pre-plumb the basement for an extra bathroom. They are not going to finish off their basement at any point in time, but should they ever decide to resell that house, it would up the value with the ability to have that. And you only get one chance when you're pouring a basement of, do you want a bathroom or don't? So they will have a plumber that comes out tomorrow they just set pipes in the ground of where things will go. So that's exciting news. Xander was out there today and showing me everything. He FaceTimes me. He's so proud. And he's like, this is where there's also an egress window. So that way, if you ever put an extra bedroom down in the basement, it meets fire code to be able to qualify for a bedroom. So an extra bedroom and a bathroom downstairs. Just the capability to have that is really awesome. So he was showing me where those are. And then the footings were poured for their front little porch too. We had one little snafu today though. My mom is connected to the contractor that did some of the dirt removal, not the digging. And she called, she goes, so this sidewalk is probably not going to survive. So you'll have to work with the city on that. And I was like, okay. We may end up having to pour new sidewalk or something along those, but it is really exciting for them to finally have movement, and it has given them like new hope. And if you live up north during this time of year, it's kind of gloomy. Not a lot of sunshine, not a lot of beautiful days, and sometimes you get in a little bit of a rut. And to be able to have this bright spot happening, knowing that there's like things that are to come that are really positive, like it's life altering, step one, but it is so refreshing to see the kids they're not kids, they're adults, be so excited for it. Like they legit there's like an extra skip in their step, and they're just really excited for this. And so am I, for them, because it'll be over a year since the thing happened, since the tree fell on their house before they get back in it. But they've made it, and they're going to have a lot of stories to tell, and they did it together. And the saddest thing for me though is that means that little rent house won't be a part of their story, and that cute little kitchen won't be a part of their won't be a part of my visits anymore. They'll have a beautiful new home, but there's something so special about that little vintage kitchen in that little house. Like, I fell in love with it the minute I walked into it, and I'm still in love with it. But I'm sure I'll fall in love with their new house too. I just think that I like older things and nostalgia more than anything. But it'll be I think it'll go pretty quick. They did go with a modular house, so once the basement is done, it has to cure. And once it cures, as long as the weather's good, they'll backfill around it. Then they will come and set the house. I think that they'll backfill before that. I could be wrong. They will come and set the house on top of the basement, and they do so with cranes. They have to they have to remove the power lines. Like, the city has to come and disconnect power lines while they lift this house up and onto, and it'll be done in, I believe, 4 pieces. It is, and I could be wrong, but as I understand, it comes in multiple pieces, and it doesn't come like on a trailer like Lester and my mobile home came here in Texas. It'll be lifted up with cranes, like 2 at a time from different angles. Like, we'll have to remove the back fence and everything. So that makes me think that the dirt will be down. And then it is placed. And then it literally is rebuilt because they're deconstructing it now. And then they will bring it over and the framing will come. Then they will re-drywall and literally rebuild it. It's going to be a crazy process to watch. And I hope that I can make it there to be there to see this, because I want to learn. I want to know what the difference is and to just see it. And then once the house is set, now the electric will already be run through the walls, but the electric will have to be ran to the house. Fortunately, my brother, both brothers, and Xander are all electricians, so we have that part covered. We will have to have the plumbing connected to the water for the city, and the sewer reconnected. And that'll require some coordination. We'll also have to have the power company come back to run a gas line to the house, because their furnace and water heater will be gas as well. I don't remember if their stove was gas or electric. But I'm so excited to learn about this process, to see it as well. I would love for Lester to be able to come up, because I think it's so interesting for us to watch the differences and to just see it happen and to be present. It is a modular house. So it doesn't have what they call the marriage line in the middle. It's built exactly like a stick house, except for parts of it come in big chunks, like the beams that go across the floor and that type of thing. What'll also be interesting is that, of course, when we went to go see this house, it doesn't have a basement. It has a door that could either be a huge walk-in pantry or where they cut the stairs to go to the basement. But almost all homes up north are built with basements. And this one will have it as well. And the stairs will go down and will turn halfway down. So seeing them build those stairs, that's part of it. It's just going to be, it's going to be exciting. So even though they bring it and they place it with cranes that day, it's nowhere near finished. You still have probably 6 weeks to 2 months, or maybe even longer, depending upon when the contractors can get there. And then after all that's done, it still goes through a final inspection, both from fire and code and all of those things. And then they close on it. And that is when they will have the ability to actually move in. And we were talking today. I'm giving you like all of their life update right now. We were talking today. When we moved them from their shed to the rent house, we did it in basically like a day and a half, really. And going backwards, they won't have to rush like that, because we were talking about, like, the cool part about buying this modular is they were actually able to buy it with the furniture that's in it, and all of the appliances come with it. So they'll still be able to add their touch and it wasn't a full house of furniture, but it had the living room, it had a dining room, and it had one bedroom full. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to take over. But like right now, their shed, it has everything that we ripped out of the house that we tore down in it. It has everything we didn't take to the rent house. The rent house, we bought some new stuff just to be able to not move. Like it is kind of chaos. So the beautiful part about it will be we'll be able to, they'll be able to pick and choose and slowly transition to this. And it's not a rush job and then just figure it out from there. They'll be excited. Do not get me wrong. They will be so excited. And I know that they're going to want to be in it fast, but it would be good to give them a little bit of grace. I mean, we did this the day Kinley was born. Like we moved them out of their shed the day Kinley was born. And the day we moved them out of their house into the shed was the 2 days after the tree fell on their home. Then they lived in the shed with half of their stuff in a pod. Then we emptied the pod to be able to move into the shed. So while they moved out, like there's stuff everywhere and I feel so bad, but it's going to take some time to sort through what's what and what's where. And I know that my family will be willing to help and all of that, but I also know that this is kind of a Kendra and Xander thing. Like they need to figure out their stuff and we all need to stay out of it. We can be there for the heavy lifting, but they need to figure it out because I packed up all of their crap to move it to this house while they were giving birth. Like they were laboring with Kinley when all of this was happening. So like they don't know where half of their crap is. And I feel terrible because I know it's driving them nuts to think about that. It'll all work out. And it's exciting. It's exciting for me. I'm nervous because I want things to, go as they should. And we should plan for hiccups and we should plan for delays and weather's going to, throw some things in there, but so exciting that it started and that it has gone so smooth to this point and that the whole town has fresh dirt if they wanted it yesterday. Anyway, I didn't even have that on my list of things to really talk about, to be honest with you, but here we are, just telling all of Xander and Kendra's life. Jenny says, I got to watch my daughter's 2-story modular go up in an 8-hour day. Wow. That would be crazy. I've always been curious about what the second story would, how it would go. In one of the homes that Xander and Kendra looked at, it had a much bigger ceiling and could have had, you could modulars, you can do anything, but the version that they were looking at actually had it to where you could have put a loft up there or, an extra bedroom or something like that. They didn't end up going with that house, obviously, because their house before was a 2-story house and they both just decided like we would rather have one to heat, one to cool. We don't need that much space. And they opted with going with the basement instead. So anyway, so the other big thing that is obviously happening around, it's not really around here, but I was involved in was going up to Twisted Tier or Twisted Critters. My dear friends, Courtney and Ashley, allowed us to come up for a visit this weekend where I got to meet so many new horses and I got to introduce Steve or Stephanie to them and to allow her to consider a horse as part of their family. Gosh, I hope that there isn't someone watching this video. Anyway, but it is, those are really exciting things that are brewing and happening. And boy, did I fall in love while I was up there, like so hard. And with the most unsuspecting characters, little Mary, I cried at that little horse's pasture. And when I walked back out, I'm going to cry now thinking about it. I walked back out and Ashley goes, Jamie, your mascara is like all jacked up. It's like smeared. I was like, yeah, I was crying with Mary. And then I had to like take a step away because I was talking about crying with Mary made me cry again. She has such a story, such a story. And there was a part of me that was like, maybe she's just like, to me, she's remarkably like Danny. Like their stories are so connected. But I came home and I thought a lot about Mary. And then when I edited my video, I thought more about Mary. And then I messaged on Monday, that was yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, how's Mary?" And they're like, "You wouldn't believe it. She has an adopter." And I like, part of me was like super crushed because I was like, I kind of felt like I was connected to Mary. But another part of me is super pleased because I actually think that Mary needs company that is like someone that needs her. And I think about my storm. My storm came here 2 years ago, and I put her in a pasture here where, I thought that she would do really well. There were donkeys here, and in fact, she didn't do well. She did so horrible. She was so freaked out in the first 24 hours. She was sweating and so stressed that she could not calm down and relax. So we ended up bringing her to Plum Grove where the rest of our horses were, and she was at peace and in heaven, and it is because she had Rita to care for. My storm is a mother through and through, and she's never had a baby before in her life, and she needs someone to care for. And when I look at little Mary, she needs someone to care for, and I don't have that here. So even though my heart was totally connected to her and I couldn't stop thinking about her, Mary needs to be needed. And as much as I would love to say that I'm the one, I'm actually not. So, unfortunately, little Mary will not be coming home with us, but she did, fortunately, find a home of her own that has people and things that need her, and they think it's gonna be a perfect fit. So I'm very excited for sweet little Mary. Rosie, the one that looks remarkably like a miniature Roman, uh, also really, really, really liked her. And of course, Pistol Pete, who is absolutely hilarious. Rosie, I believe, will be spending the rest of her life at Twisted Critters. And Pistol Pete also already had an adopter that day. So no minis in our life, but I will tell you that Twisted Critters took in I think it's a miniature. It might be a pony. I'm not sure. Yesterday, no, 2 days ago, they named him Lux, and boy, does he look like a miniature Roman. I just think that instead of me considering and falling in love with all of these animals and wondering would they fit or would they not fit, I already know that we have 8 stalls and 8 horses and we're full. I don't have any visions of adding more horses or anything like that to our life. But I do think that going up to visit Twisted Critters and even spending time up there, I would love to help them. I would love to stay connected. And it was also just so good for my soul, as well. It's fun to just be able to see what animals are gonna do, that aren't yours, the ones you don't know or don't fully understand their demeanors and all of their routines and all of that. But there is some therapy, absolute therapy in that experience as well. So if they'll have me, maybe once a month, or maybe it's once every other month, I will do better to go visit up there as well. Maybe Courtney will even give me a riding lesson or two. As y'all know, if you watched today's video, I did get on Talisman, and it was my first where I can say that I was much more independent on him than I ever have been before. Even though he followed Lester's pocket so much during that journey. Lester was not holding on to the reins or anything like that. And there were several times where we just did our own thing. He even gave me a little trot from time to time, that I didn't necessarily ask for. And I think that he thought was pretty funny, actually. People have asked, Tammy, why are you so scared to ride? Like, what is the deal? So part of it, many of you know, I broke my neck when I was 18 years old, and I came within 2 millimeters of being paralyzed for life. So there's a good, healthy fear in me of not just riding horses, of riding four-wheelers, of doing anything that could end life as I know it. I'll just say that. And then you add in the accident with Rita, and I have a very healthy respect for large animals. Um, this is why women live longer type of thing. But I also have this like deep seated desire to truly connect with my horses. And I don't want to ride them for hours and days or anything like that, but I do want to be able to. I think that sometimes they're telling me, like, "Get on," and that sounds crazy to people who've not been around horses, but sometimes I genuinely believe they're like, "Get on, let's go." Especially Talus and Prim and even Bucky's. Now, I won't ride Bucky's, but I do feel like that's something that they love just as much. Like Talus loves to give rides. He loves it, and, I want to do better for him, and I want him to continue to teach me because he's a great teacher, believe it or not. Probably too good of a teacher because if I get really comfortable on him, then I'll expect everybody to act the way that Talus does. Um, I also really want to get on Prim. Lester did have her saddled up, and I have video of Lester on Prim as well. And he's like, just hop on her. And there was something about her that day that just like, I backed out. I was standing on the block. I did not share that video. I was standing on the block and I'm talking to her. And there was just something about her that just like, I just read her and I was like, she doesn't want me to do it. I'm not going to do it. I do have help coming out to make sure that we have the right saddles, the right everything that we need for everyone. I know that we have tons of tack, but I don't have three of everything, and some things are getting put with other saddles, and pieces feel like they're missing or that they're just being hodgepodge put together. So I have help coming to do an analysis to make sure we're measured right because Prim is a different size than the day she got here as well. And that way we can just be sure that everything is accurate because if her saddle is not fitting right, then that could have been her telling me like, hey, something's pinching me or something's wrong. So I think it'll be really good. I also know that Storm desperately wants to be a part of this. I want this person to also tell me, am I too big for Storm? Am I too small for Storm? And then Storm is not as well trained as Talus is. Nobody, I don't think, is as well trained as Talus is at this point in time. Now, Bucky's probably has just as much time under him, but it was for different things. And Bucky's is a much smaller horse. And that's not for me. Bucky's is like, let's work cattle, let's run, let's go. But Storm, maybe it's that I get on her back in the pond this summer. I don't know. But my point is 2026 for me, I want to connect way more with my horses and have the ability to where I can saddle them and where I know I'm able to read them as I'm doing that and be able to get on. Val is very trained as well. Val is so gentle. But I don't like the way that her leg reacts after she's had a little bit of work on her. I actually feel like she's in a pretty good place right now, and just want to give her a retirement that she longs for. So we'll see. But yes, Talus was a show horse. Talus has a very long history of being shown and being loaded in a trailer all the time to go to shows, and he's got a pretty good reputation underneath him. Prim was she was a mounted patrol horse, And we don't know for how long or why that ever stopped, but Prim also has a significant amount of training, and Prim follows different commands than everyone else. Prim follows more verbal commands than anything. It's very dynamically different. But as I figure out my own confidence and my own mental barriers and things like that, I think it'll be I think it's going to be good. And I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea to watch me overcome these fears, and so many people are like, "What's the big deal? Just get on," that type of thing. It's a fear. It's real. It's the same way that I'm afraid of mice and snakes and going over bridges. Like, it's a fear. And I intend to work on those fears because I want to, but I'm not going to work on snakes and mice. That's not going to happen. Probably not bridges either, but horses. Yeah. Yeah. That's where I want to spend my time. So while I won't spend extra time to drive back and forth to a gym and work out, I will work on eating better and lifting the saddle and walking out to them and doing everything that it takes to be able to do groundwork as well. We will be replacing the round pen and get a round pen out there because I want it. I want that for them as well. And that way I can have some safety in some of the things too. But I'm really excited for this. And some of it will be on video and some of it won't, but it's okay. I'm just these are the things that I want to do in this year. And I hope that you'll find things that you want to do this year as well, and that maybe you can overcome some of your deep-seated fears as well. I don't blame you if it's mice or snakes that you don't want to overcome those, because I no, thank you. Hard no, hard pass. But there are really big things coming up this Saturday. I haven't looked at the weather yet. In fact, let's look at the weather, because we have like a huge day on Saturday. We get to be a delivery transport. We'll call it transport. Saturday here is 61 and cold at night. Let's see where. Let's see here. 55. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit cooler than it was today. It got up to 80 today, so cool day, but not crazy. So during the day on Saturday, we will get to be transporting. Lester is coming. Lester's driving. I offered. I'm not exactly sure what time yet, if we'll have to cut our lives short or if he'll just come with us for any part of anything or whatnot. But Saturday is a big day around these parts. And I know a certain someone who cannot hardly sleep. She is like a child before Christmas, except for she's an adult. And I have enjoyed hearing her brain dump like every day so much. She'll message me like 30 things in a row. What do you think about this? I'm overthinking this. I should stop now. But what about this? And watching this from the side seats has been like incredible. And I know that it's like killing her to keep the secret. And yeah, it's going to be really wonderful to watch some of these dreams come true. And I'm not so sure it's just one dream. I'm pretty sure that there are two people's dreams that are coming true, even if one of them doesn't want to acknowledge that it was her dream too. But it is going to be it's going to be good. And I will not share their story for you. That'll be all of theirs. But we will. I am 1,000,000% confident that you will get some banter of us on the road at some point in time. And it will also be Lester's very first visit to Twisted Critters. And so maybe he'll get to meet some of the animals that I have. And maybe he'll have a similar reaction as well to some of those things. Maybe Mary will still be there and he'll get to see her, or Rosie, or Lux, the new guy. But I hope that y'all, if you haven't, please do check out the Denman Homestead, and you'll probably be filled in much further on what I'm talking about. If you didn't see me writing Talus Day today, watch it. It was a good little emotional video, and I'm pretty proud of how things went. And if you didn't watch Lester bake a cake, you might want to join that and fast forward at least to the decorating part, because it was pretty awesome as well. I thank y'all for joining me tonight on Timeout Tuesday, for all the times that you take out of your life to spend with me. I wish that we were sitting across from each other so I could hear how your day is and what you think about all of these things going on. Thanks for encouraging my kid and Kendra and my granddaughter, and being so supportive in the journey that they're going through. And just really for loving me the way that you do. I'm so grateful that you give me the greatest gift of all, which is your time. One more time for our not so Coke float. Cheers, y'all. To you. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love you. I hope you stay safe and you stay well and you stay warm. I'm going to end this the same way that we started. Hang on a second. Let me rewind it. Come all the way back here. Good night, y'all. I love you.
She logs off late from a long day's call, solving problems, juggling it all. When the day is done and the sun goes down, she trades the job for the open ground. There's hay to haul and stalls to clean, a muddy path where her soul feels seen. It's not just chores, it's something more. It's the dream she's always been working for. From suits to boots, from desk to dirt, she's proven what a dream is worth. You don't need fame, you don't need praise, just a will to give and a heart that stays. She's got spreadsheets open by morning,